How does one get to a point where they run to Paris?
Oh, I was crying every day, having moments of sadness like I. All you got to do is keep moving.
Not everyone can just become a coach. Not everyone can just become that key person of influence. Not everyone can just run to Paris. Why you?
I just had a mental breakdown, like, so you can't breathe. I can remember I was sitting in my car and I was like just crying, and I was like, I've got to change my life, yeah. I've just been trying to chase peace. I've never really admitted this, like, but I've tried to chase happiness.
What does breaking look like? I know from my experiences,
Yeah.
but from yours, what does that actually look like?
I didn't break up because of my job. I broke up because of something happening in my life. Very traumatic experiences of not wanting to go back to home, walking the streets, scared to go home, and this again, haven't admitted this, but just scared to go home, and I was actually one point just not wanting to be here. It's why I'm so passionate about helping people, because I can remember it was raining. I'm still crying, yeah.
When you're building a business, are you trying to become a successful man as Joe, or are you running away from being skint?
Because I ran away from home last time. I like pushing myself into a dark place because I come out stronger.
So today we are joined by Joe Larkin. Now, I just want to quickly say that this man ran to Paris 13 days, and I know that you are going to run back from Madrid in the next 3 weeks or so. Mm-hmm. Now, just for the viewers or listeners, Joe, how does one get to a point where they run to Paris?
Struggle. That's what my story is. I find it, try to think of the right word. I like pushing myself into a dark place because I come out stronger. And I done the Paris Marathon, and I just done the Paris Marathon, and I thought, I would love to run here. Then the Paris Olympics was on, so it was quite like a bit of like a domino effect kind of thing. It all just fell into place. And yeah, just thought, let's do it.
So people who are only listening to this, they can tell straight away you're a North East lad like myself. Where did you grow up?
South Shields.
Shields.
Yeah.
And what was your upbringing like?
It was good. Like, I think from the outside, people would say, oh, he's had a good life. But I think definitely internally, how I know now that I've learned about mental health, I probably struggled. I probably went through quite a lot of me upbringing. It was a mixture of emotions, really, me upbringing, like love. But now thinking back, I was probably a little bit like lost and stuff like that.
What was it that you can draw up on now to identify that you struggled mentally as a young'un?
I probably, for as long as I can remember, probably started where I started really feeling the mental health side of things was teenage. I was quite like trying to fit in, didn't feel good enough, didn't feel worth it, and was just trying to like people please and stuff like that, and like just trying to make everyone else happy, knowing I wasn't happy inside. That's all I can probably explain from, I would say, around about age 13 when it started.
Did you fit in all right with your friendship group and all?
So I was always like Jack the lad. You know, I was always quite popular. I've got that like charisma. I've got the energy. People love being around it. But I wasn't really giving myself that. So I would like make people laugh and go home and just be miserable.
You find that a lot, mate. You
Yeah,
find like even if you look at any
men.
If you find, if you look at any comedian or like that, you find that they're normally the saddest ones.
Yeah.
And when you get older, I mean, you're 30-year-old now. When you get to this age, you do certainly look back and go, fucking hell, like there's certain things that I've experienced where I'm like, actually, that was a bit shit. That, but at the time, you don't process that.
But they say the loudest one's the weakest one, don't they? That's what they sometimes say, and that was definitely my case.
What did you want to do?
What do you mean?
When you were young, like what was your aspirations? What were your dreams?
Aspirations. Well, I've always been active. I've loved playing football. I was really good at tennis. Like I've always been good at sports. In school, I think it was always like, I want to be a football player. Like I think if you ask most young lads to that. But then I loved IT. Like it was just different. I never really knew what I wanted to do. I knew I liked making people happy. I loved making people feel good. That's always it. I don't know if I want that as a job or not, but obviously I fell into that doing that now. But I just loved knowing like if someone smiled because of me, that would make me feel good, even though I wasn't happy. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that.
So like I thought I just left school and went to admin, but again, I've always felt lost until probably about 3 years ago.
You got brothers and sisters in that as well?
Yeah, younger brother.
Did they have a similar upbringing to you?
Yeah, so, but I was older, so I've got like a younger brother. He's 22, I think. 22? 23? I don't know, something like that. When it was all going on in my upbringing, I seen most of it because I was older. But then, now I've got older, I understand why my brother was the way he is. He was more implosive. He kept everything in. Mm-hmm. And he was quite quiet and shy. He was quite like implosive anger. He used to just like get angry at certain things and stuff like that because of like his upbringing as well. But yeah, we both grew up to be good lads, and you know.
Was it, you know, the admin role you did?
Yeah.
Was it just the fact that you didn't like it, or was it the fact that you wanted to do something for yourself?
I've always hated it. I hated sitting down. Like,
Right,
I hated sitting down. Like, as I said before, that I've definitely got ADHD. Like, I've got all the traits for it, if that's the right word, traits. But I can't sit down. I was always getting wrong, always getting distracted. I just knew it wasn't for what I wanted to do. I left school and I was going to go into construction. I was going to be a plasterer and Carillion. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just following my friends, and you know, I was going out every weekend on the drink, and I was just winging life really, until like I broke, and I thought, I've got to change my life here.
So that's what I'm interested in, Joe. Yeah. When you said there you broke, what does breaking look like? I know from my experiences, but from yours, what does that actually look like? For someone who's listening or watching now going, well, he did an admin job, he didn't like it, he broke.
I didn't break because of my job. I broke because of something happening in my life, which made us realise how unhappy I was. And that's when I started running, actually. Like, I've said this story a few times. It was the year I started running, and I started pushing myself a little bit more into that uncomfortable zone. And that's when I started opening my mind up, and yeah, something happened in life, and I just had a mental breakdown. Like, when someone says I have a panic attack, you don't know, or anxiety attack, you don't know what it is until it's like you can't breathe. And I can remember I was sitting in my car and I was like just crying, and I was like, I've got to change my life, yeah. Then I just went to therapy and stuff, and started learning about mental health, and then started maturing in that side of things. But then it took us about maybe 3 years to get to where I am.
What happened?
Yeah, it was with a girl, and yeah, it didn't end good. Like, it didn't really end good, and it made us feel worthless, and I blamed them. But then I started looking into my life, and basically, I'll go into it. My dad left when I was young, and when I was 3, and now I know that gave me a lot of abandonment and rejection, and that's followed me my whole life. If not being good enough, like why he left, and yeah, I've just been trying to chase peace. I've never really admitted this, like, but I've tried to chase happiness, wanting to just be enough, and just be enough, and as I say, and it folders and folders and folders until that moment, and I thought, I need this relationship didn't work well because of me not being insecure, not loving myself, pushing people away. And that's when I broke and just thought, I've got to change my life here.
I appreciate you telling us that, mate, because again, like the whole reason why we do these podcasts is because it's a safe space for one, and secondly, people will be going through that right now,
100%,
and worse. Yeah. So if they can just hear a Joe Larkin or someone say what they've been through, it might just help. And that's the whole fucking purpose of it all, mate. Yeah. And for you to go, you know, when you said you broke down in the car, what was going through your mind? Like, you couldn't have just thought, I need to just start running. Like, what was the actual process? What were you thinking about?
I was already running before I had that breakdown.
Right, okay.
Yeah, already, like, I ran a marathon and stuff like that. But, like, I can remember that. I was just, like, it was just to prove myself to social media. Like, I was constantly just wanting to prove myself to others rather than prove myself, do things to make me feel good. I can remember I done my first marathon. I posted on social media straight away. Look everyone. And people started recognising what I was doing, but it was just constantly trying to get that outside external validation, like always, instead of me validating myself. And that's when the broke down come from, because I just didn't feel nothing. I was just so anxious in my brain. Like, it was just full of anxiety all the time. Like, just paranoia. Like, just not feeling like people think I'm not good enough and stuff like that.
What was your mum like when you were going through this?
Good. But But as I say, my mum's been a part of the journey as well. Like, you know, I was living at home when all this was happening, and I've been through quite a bit in the house, and with my mum in the house and stuff. So it's kind of like when you're with people who you clash with, it's like you resent them a little bit until you're actually not together. Mm-hmm. You appreciate them more when you're not together, if that makes sense.
So is that what was happening? You were arguing with your mum a lot?
Well, yeah, so as I say, me and my mum are really close, and my mum's brought me up to be like who I am. I thank my mum for that. But my mum's, when you're older, you realise why people are the way they are. So when people are angry and stuff, you realise they haven't solved their trauma. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what happened with my mum. So, you know, me and my mum used to clash a lot. Used to get angry, and, you know, I've never really had a dad role model since my dad left us. Not really, probably one. But, yeah, I've been through hell and back with some of the partners she was being with. Like,
really?
Yeah.
What kind of hell?
Just very traumatic experiences of not wanting to go back to home, walking the streets scared to go home, and this again, haven't admitted this, mm-hmm. but just scared to go home, and I was actually one point just not wanting to be here, really not wanting to be here. I know people throw that word a lot, but it's why I'm so passionate about helping people, because I can remember it was raining. What? Don't cry, yeah. It was raining, and I was just walking the streets, and I just did not want to go home. I was so scared to go home, and just did not want to be here. It was not a nice time. It was very dark.
When you went to therapy, Joe, because I mean, I've never done any kind of therapy, or I've heard different things about it.
Yeah.
I've heard that even if you've never had problems in your life, you should go, because it can kind of solve mysteries and stuff in your life. Mm-hmm. What did you learn from it? You alright, people? Hope you're enjoying the episode so far. Here's a random one for you. Most of you who are actually watching this episode don't actually subscribe to it. So just do us a favour, will you? Can you click the like button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss another episode, hit subscribe, all that good stuff, because we go up and down the country to try and bring you the best show possible. We're not messing around here, so please show some love, will you?
So, what I've learned, because older I get, so I started obviously therapy in NHS when I first had the mental breakdown, which was good, but it was like COVID time, so it was over the phone. And again, she made us realise that my dad left, because I thought my dad left because of me, but my dad left because of his problems. Mm-hmm. That's where I first learned about therapy. Got better, healed. Well, I thought I healed. But then I didn't really heal properly, so my problems always followed us until recently, actually, the past 12 weeks. That therapy was good, and I went to like a private therapist in Sunderland, which was face-to-face, and that's good. But then I feel like you find out why you are the way you are, but you don't actually do anything about it. Now I'm seeing a psychologist is telling me why my brain is like the way it is, why things trigger me, and that has literally saved me, like saved so much of my life. Like I'm probably the most confident and secure person I have ever been. I'm calmer as well, like I'm zen, and people are noticing. And I love that. So if someone's watching this, therapy is really good because you talk to people. But I talk to people every day, and it's good, but you can't get them to help. Like you can't force them to help. And the psychologist kind of makes you understand why you do certain things. And so I would advise someone, if they are struggling, and to go and see a psychologist, therapist.
What did you learn about yourself that you didn't know from the therapist? Like, what were your triggers? What were the things you realised, actually, that's why I snap at this, or that's why I feel that way?
With the psychologist, I've learned from a childhood, you get different attachment styles. Don't know if you've heard that. So there's like, obviously anxious, avoidant, insecure. I've got anxious because of not feeling good enough from when I was a kid. And now it all makes sense because I've always been chasing like happiness and love as a little kid. Like, please love me. And that's from my whole childhood and teenage and even adulthood. So in relationships, so I could walk around and be secure and confident, but in a relationship I would be quite insecure because of like, well, I'm not good enough for this. So I've had to really work on myself to go, I am strong enough, I am secure. And as I say, the past 12 weeks, like, this is the most confident and secure, and I know my next relationship I get in will be good, or I won't not bothered, but it won't let it affect me if it doesn't work out, if that makes sense.
Are you scared of getting in one?
No.
No.
Not now.
Can you understand, like, do you after all the therapy and all the healing and stuff you've done, Joe,
Yeah.
can you tell it was your fault why your last relationship didn't work out, or do you think actually, do you know what, it wasn't my fault?
So
I was just feeling a certain way because of this.
yeah, so I believe in the universe and stuff, and I believe in like everything happens for a reason. I think I've met people which have made me realise that this is not for me, but you've got work to do. So back in the day I would blame them, but actually I blame myself because I haven't healed. I haven't done the work inward. And the last person who I was speaking to ended quite bad, and I was like blaming them, but then I've met them and it's made me go to a psychologist, and it's made me have a better outlook in relationships. So I know my next relationship. Well, I'll just know now if this is the right person because I've ignored red flags and stuff in the past because I'm a people pleaser. I don't like upsetting people. So really I've invited them into hurt us, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get
so now
that.
I know I'll walk away if it's not for me because I'm more secure and
So how did you find the, obviously you're a coach in the Believe Run Club that you've got there, the brand on your tee.
in my tattoo as well, in my blood.
How was that born? Obviously I know the kind of why you want to help people and stuff, but not everyone can just become a coach. Not everyone can just become that key person of influence. Not everyone can just run to fucking Paris.
Yeah.
Why you?
So, as I say, I've always had that energy of making people feel good. And I've got a background of like working in the hospital when I left school. So I've worked with a lot of different kind of people, like patients and stuff like that. And I know, because of how my brain works and how much work I've done on the mental health side of things, I know how to help certain people. And when people come to Believe to Run, I don't believe it's the run. I think I attract people because they want to feel better and confident in themselves. I think anyone can put a pair of shoes and run. You know, it's a free sport. People come for the energy and the positive vibes and how good they feel after that session. I think people come when they've got a stressful life, and they come and they just forget about all the problems when they're with us. And that's why I think, and that's why I know I've done so well and so successful because I've had no business like experience or nothing. I started from nothing. I used to shout "Believe, Achieve" when I started running. That's where Believe,
the
run come from.
It's mad that, mate, because see, I mean, I don't know if you know what I do, mate, but so I'm a videographer, mate. And I work with a lot of athletes, PTs, online coaches, all that, and I basically create all their content for them on social, right? And most of the stuff we talk about with any client I've got, and I've got a good roster, mate.
Yeah.
I'm proud as out, mate. A lad from Sunderland, I'm fucking loving it, mate. Some of the people I work with. But I know there's better videographers.
Yeah.
But what we find that we talk about on shoots and on content days and stuff like that, it's everything we talk about other than the content.
Yeah.
That they come back for, that energy thing.
Yeah.
That's what's infectious.
People buy into you.
Do you know what I mean? Did you find running hard when you started?
Well, as I say, I've always been like an active player, but running, I found it hard at the start, but then as I say, I didn't get a coach or anything. I just learned myself. But then realised that you've got to get a coach. I think everyone it's good to get a coach or someone to mentor you to get better at certain things. But as I say, I think the running, anyone can start up. Anyone, there's loads of stuff out there to help you online for free. But you just that accountability, like it's structure. We get people who need more motivated or struggle to push themselves a little bit more. And I think for that side of things, it's really good to have a coach.
So, what do you do exactly? Are you a one-man band?
Well, I've got another team member now, Hannah. As I say, I've had other coaches, but they've left. And just you find out what works and what doesn't. And the business started from nothing, and it's just I don't think anyone expected for it to grow as much as it is. I did, but no one else did. No one believed in it.
But believes your motto, mate. So you're always going to think that, aren't you? But and you've got to, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Let's face it. But because you mentioned a few times there about how successful it is.
Yeah.
Now, people, I understand because I work with clients like yourself, but how successful are you?
I think I say success is that people are still trusting you to do the work. I think that is very successful. So I'll show you an example. A lad rang me today, who I know, I drove past today. He rang us crying. I'll not say his name because I don't want to say it, but he rang us crying saying, "Joe, I'm struggling. Can I start running?" And that's made me feel so good how like he could ring anyone and he rang me say, Joe, can you help me? I've just spoken with my lass. I want to start something. I want to be around you because I feel like you're going to help us get stronger. Like that is, I would say that's successful because there's other run clubs out there. There's other people out there to help you get stronger, but you've chose me. And, you know, it's just grown rapidly. I'm getting 30 people on a morning coming to run, 30 people on a night time. I've got one-to-ones fully booked. I've got my other coach who's fully booked with one-to-ones. You know, I'm running to Madrid for a month and it's still going to be running. I would say that's successful.
Fucking is, mate.
Do you know what I mean?
Nah, it's unbelievable, mate. Well done.
Thank you,
Again, mate, it's another lad from the northeast who's going for it.
And
it's not even about the success. It's like you're giving it a go.
Yeah.
That's what
I don't do it for the money.
Aye, that's what I mean.
And that's the biggest thing. I don't do it for the money. Like, the money's great. Don't get us wrong. I've been skinned for all my life until I started this. I use credit cards for Nando's. You know what I mean? I've been really always been bad with money because sorry, mum, but because my mum upbringing, my mum was never good. So I've never had someone to teach us about money.
Right. Okay.
So I've only now. It's like I go to the shop and don't even look how much I've got in my bank. That's success.
Yeah.
I'm not a millionaire. I haven't got 100 grand in the bank, but like I can go pay trainers without thinking. You know, like I feel like I'm in an amazing place in my life.
Mate, even when you see it, I've had it a few times. Like it gives us joy to witness that. Like, because it's like
you see the passion when I talk about it. You know, you can feel it, man. Like I love it.
Right. I want to know with your business, right? Because I'm into business anyhow, mate.
Yeah,
but how does your model work in terms of I'm struggling. I ring you, Joe, I want to start running.
Yeah.
What do you do? Is it come on a small run? Or do you teach them the basics, the fundamentals, or how to stretch? Or is it get in the park, 9 o'clock Monday, it's fucking military, we're gone for it?
I am quite military, like people scared of us when I'm coaching. But I kind of just see what your background is. I think with you, straight away, I'd probably be pushing you to the limit. But I think you need to, again, tailor your coaching to certain individuals. And I want to know what your goal is. Is your goal 5K? Or is your goal just to get outside and just do hard things? You know, it's just different. And if it is a one-to-one, right, we'll tailor your plan. We'll do a couple of weeks and I'll go, right, I reckon we should do a 10K in 2 months. We'll book something up so that gives you motivation. Then I just tailor everything to that certain individual. So everyone's coached different. Because I've learned that when I first started, because I do shout, you can hear us, like I not scream, but I do motivate you. But some people don't like that. Because it's like quite intimidating. And that's why I've got another lass on. I think it helps the last coach.
Yeah, of course. It's like another voice, isn't it?
Yeah,
mate?
it's another voice.
It's softer as well, the approach. What do you find that most people come to you for? Is it to do a 5K or is it they're actually battling demons?
I think battling demons is a big one. Battling demons, 100%. Like, obviously, how many clients have came to me behind the scenes and went, Joe, I'm struggling, or when I'm doing a one-to-one, I'll talk to them and they start opening up. Like, they go, Joe, I've never told anyone that before. And I've taught you everything. I make people, not even just in my business, feel comfortable around us. I always have. I've always had that trait.
Mate, I'm exactly the same.
Yeah.
I mean, you've just told us loads of shit you've never probably said before.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? I think
And I keep forgetting this is going on.
Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. But that's the beauty of it, mate.
Yeah,
if you just forget the cameras there and you have these stories, mate, because ultimately, again, it's going to impact someone.
Yeah.
But when you're getting these kind of stories, because you almost take on you embody the fact that you're a mentor, you're a coach, you're a counsellor, you're a therapist yourself. Do you feel that you're well versed enough to give the proper advice? Because there's no qualification for what you're doing.
I am a qualified running coach.
But
for mental health.
But what I'll just say it now.
Yeah.
I could be a running coach tomorrow.
No, I know.
That's the danger about the industry, innit?
Yeah.
That's the thing. So how do you kind of know that is it the fact that you feel trusted? Is that what it is? Like, how do you know that you're doing everything right?
I don't think I'm doing everything right.
Do you know?
Nah, I think it's very naive to say every advice I give is perfect, because I think other people would argue with that, and there's definitely probably better, well, there will be better coaches than me who have got degrees and stuff like that. I just go off experience and obviously my own learning, you know. And I've got a very strong accolades behind us of the endurance running I do. You know, like as I say, I ran to Paris and I'm a fast runner. I've got like good achievements in 10Ks, half marathons. When you do that, people do trust you because he knows what he's talking about.
I was going to say, mate, I was doing it to play devil's advocate there. Like, I know
No.
that you've obviously got something about you for
No.
people to do. I mean, not everyone's running to Paris, mate.
Yeah.
I want to get into that, though, right? So when
Yeah.
you run to Paris, what does that actually feel like? I know this is going to sound like a mad question.
Yeah.
What's the difference between doing a marathon and running to Paris? Like, does that burn? I've never run a marathon, like, but does that burn feel the same? It's just a longer version. Or is it like almost like a second wind forever?
It's
Because you must go into a dark place.
Oh, I was crying every day.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not every day. Probably about probably for 7 days. I was just having moments of sadness. Like I actually enjoy it more because it's slow running, and you don't need to be watching a pace. I think when you're doing a marathon, you've got to be hitting that time. It's just hard. It's like really hard, and you know you could train for a marathon, and on the day your body might just be like, I don't want to do this. When it comes to the endurance running where you're running long every day, it's just you can walk up the hills and stuff like that. You can just, all you got to do is keep moving. And I think it does take a lot of strong mindset to do that. I'm not saying anyone can do it. You do need to, and as I say, my struggles help what I do. I think someone who hasn't been through it all would struggle to do that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you've been in the trenches.
Yeah, if you've had a good life, if you had no struggles whatsoever, and then you went, right, I want to run to Paris, I think you would probably find it hard if because you go to a place where you can't explain. It's a dark hole. I can remember a dark hole, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
Then when you were crying in that for them 7 days or whatever, what are you crying about? How hard it is, or demons that are coming up? Like, do you know what I mean?
For example, I cried because I was thinking about my granddad. So this is why I started. So my first challenge was run 150 mile from Hornsea back home down the coast. So that's like it's just like next to Kingston. I've done that for the memory of my granddad, and that's where it started. So I do a lot of things because my granddad had an accident, and I got really close to him before he passed, and that really hurt us. And that again, that fueled my fire up again stronger, and pushing myself out of my comfort zone to make him proud as well. So like I was running towards Peterborough, and a song come on, and I just started crying, like just thinking about him. And that's what I love about it, because you think about everything. You realise how far you've come.
Do you always train with music on, or do you always run with music?
Nah.
No.
So,
I cannot do 5K without music. I cannot. I need it. I feel like I can't physically do the run.
the thing about my brain is I can literally like think about anything, and I can like today I ran and I had like I can run with like a story going on in my head. It's like it's hard to explain. It's like something else is I can like make something up in my head and just forget about the run.
That's mad, that.
Aye.
What was the hardest part about running to Paris?
The hardest part was thinking about how far you got left. Every time I thought, I'm only day 2 in here, and I was tired on day 2. And I was like, I've got no idea 11 days of this. And that's when it started creeping up. But then I started thinking of like different strategies of like, right, let's just do 10 mile, then do no 10. Then you just forgot about how far. And the closer I was getting, I was like getting more confident. Then once I got to France, it was like no stopping this whatsoever. Even on day 1 in France, it was horrible. Like, had heartburn and everything.
So were you running this by yourself?
Had another lad.
Right, okay. Because they're like unsung heroes and all, aren't they? Because there's a lot of people like cameramen and stuff who might...
So there was Joe. I make sure he gets the praise. He got the praise of everything. I told everyone, like, I keep telling everyone, like, how much he helped.
Did the feeling, was it as good as what you thought when you got there?
No, because the Olympics was on and I couldn't get the Eiffel Tower.
Right, okay.
Because of, like, terrorists and stuff. They weren't letting anyone over the bridge. And a couple of my mates flew over with a banner and I couldn't even get them. I had to, like, I got in the Paris outskirts and I had to walk for, like, 45 minutes to try and get a landmark. And I got the Arc de Triomphe. And, like, I was just standing there. I was, like, asking the police to let us, and they just weren't letting us. So I just went, right, here's my banner. But I had this vision of, like, slow motion finish at the Eiffel Tower for about the whole time.
Was it an anticlimax then? Like, you know, when you got there, were you like, what the fuck have I done that for? Or did you still feel proud of yourself?
No, that's what I mean. It was just gone. It was just literally gone. It was like all that dopamine, just adrenaline, just gone. Got home, people saying, well done, Joe. Like, I was all over. Like, everyone coming up was saying, well done. But it just wasn't, like, the finish. And that's why I know this one will be huge, because I'm running back home South Shields will be bouncing. I know it will.
So I want to know about that, because obviously I asked you off air, you ran to Paris, but now you're going to run back from Madrid as opposed to running there.
Yeah.
What's the reason?
Spain was my first holiday with my mum. It was Mallorca, it wasn't Madrid, but it was just... I love
Madrid's a bit closer.
I want to cheat a little bit, and it's another island as well, isn't it? But yeah, I just love Spain, and I just want to do something bigger again. And I just thought Madrid's like a big landmark, and I thought, right, let's do it.
What is it about these challenges that you're doing it for? Because how many times can you just run? Because you kind of stop in Madrid. Surely you're going to do it again.
So for this one, I've really had to work on my inner child, and that's like I'll sit in the sauna and cry because I think about how far I've come, and this is what's going to help us on this one. Like I've really, like I think if you met me even like 12, 16 weeks ago, like I'm like a different person because I've healed so much. And I've had to go inside and like tell my inner child that it's okay, like I'm here, and that's a bit cringy to some people, but you know everything happens from the childhood trauma.
I get that, like,
you know, and like I'll be running and I'll think about it, and I'll just think of me as a kid, like trying to just be happy, and that's what's going to help us here.
I'll ask you a question, mate, which I want you to answer honestly, right? As honest as you can, because I feel like there's a lot of people who talk a lot of shit, right? And I always try and get the blunt end, the rawness out of someone. And if you could not post on social media, would you still do it?
My running on my business.
The running?
I think it would be a lot different.
In what respect?
I'm trying to think. I just think it would be a lot. You wouldn't talk about it as much. It would and to be honest, I think obviously the challenges and stuff I do is to raise money. It would be impossible to raise money if it wasn't on.
Yeah, I get that.
Do you know what I mean? And I think that, not in a bad way, but it would probably be, you'd probably not want to do it because maybe no one would even hear about it, because you wouldn't just walk around the streets and go, by the way, I'm running to Paris, can you sponsor us?
Does that make sense? Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Do these runs,
and then also, sorry, it motivates you. You probably wouldn't be as motivated, because if you've put something on social media that I'm doing this, everyone's like, come on, let's go.
Keeps you accountable.
But then if no one knew about it, you could easily just sack a train session off or think, oh yeah, man, you can't do it, I can't bother.
Well, I've said that in the past, mate, on socials. Like, if you left your phone and tripod at home, would you train as hard in the gym? And I didn't think you would. Because I think when that camera's on, that's when you're going for it. And I think that's a blessing and a curse of social media. What do you think the role of social media's played in your life when it comes to mental health and business running?
Yeah, so again, validation. I need if I'm not getting likes, it doesn't matter. Or if I'm not getting follows or something like that. I think it's only till now I don't really care. It's on there. I like that. You know,
yeah.
I've got a post ready to go on, and it's got quotes on. And like, I think before I'd be thinking, I don't think, oh, they might think that's cringy. Me mates might think, why is he posting that? I couldn't even give that anymore.
You've got to know as well, by doing these things, it's going to help your business.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I don't care about what anyone else thinks now. As I say, I used to always care what people thought. I couldn't care less what anyone thinks of me or what I post now.
That's got to bring you peace on it.
That's what I mean, mate. Like I'm just at peace with myself for the first time in my life.
That's fucking brilliant to hear that, mate. You know, when you did the Paris one, how much is your business affected and your social media? Like, do you get a big what you're on about 5.5, 6K?
I think I'm 6,700 now.
So, what did you have before the run?
2,000.
So it does work. So it does work.
Yeah.
And what have you gained from gaining 4K followers?
I've gained brands getting in touch. Got Lululemon messages last week. Red Bull get in touch, and my business has probably grew because people think, well, if he can do that, he can help me. So as I say, it's good marketing for my business as well.
You get the bug, don't you?
Yeah.
And I can tell you're hungry as a person. I bet you, have you already thought about the run after this?
There's not going to be another one.
Is there not?
Nah.
For now?
For now, I won't do another country because I've got a vision where I want to take my business, and I'm 30 and I think I want to like meet someone and, you know, have kids and stuff.
Why is running stopping that?
I think just running back from countries and stuff, I think, because my business, people come for me, it will run, but it won't be the same. And I don't want to just do something. So probably is wrong saying I won't ever do it again. I won't probably do it next year, because I've done Paris like last year. And I don't want to really just do it for the sake of doing it. Like, this is meaningful for me. I think there's a lot of people out there just doing things again for the social media. I want to do this and make this a good chapter of my journey. Finish this challenge and like really focus on, again, just me growing. I'm really at a peaceful point in my life, and I'm ready to meet someone and stuff like that. Because, as I say, it doesn't stop, but you have to sacrifice a lot doing this. Especially in business, you've got to sacrifice a lot, and I've sacrificed everything to be where I am today.
Well, our women, if you're watching this, what his Instagram underneath, and surely the message will come flooding in. So I've got a mate called Henry Oscar Moores. He's been on the podcast, mate.
He rings a bell, like.
So he walked to Ibiza.
Yeah.
Right. Every day he walked to Ibiza.
He's funny, him, like.
And he just got back. He walked to Ibiza in flip-flops.
I've seen that, aye.
You've got what's the ginger bloke? The
hardest geezer.
What do you think about people like this who are doing these mad trips? If you don't know by now, I run a business called The Content PT. I create content for influencers, PTs, online coaches and fitness brands all around the world. So if you are someone who's in need for sexy content for your social media, or you really want to maintain a competitive edge in your industry, drop me a DM on Instagram.
It's very authentic. But then you realise, again, it's... So the hardest geezer, he's doing all these things because, he's sponsored by big companies and he needs to do all these things. And I think what happens is you could probably fall out with love with it. Mm-hmm. Henry's done this twice.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's very authentic, like walking on the flip-flops, that's good. Like, but then it's like, what else would you do? Mm-hmm. And I think with me, why I'm saying is I'm running back from Madrid, I've ran to Paris. What am I going to do next? Another country? Like, I think people will be like, why is he doing that?
Yeah.
I think I want to be authentic to myself and do something what's really meaningful to me.
So you said you've got a goal for your business. What is that? What is the vision for?
Go international. Like,
okay.
Go more online. And there's very lot of big competitors already there. But as I say, I think my niche is mental health and how I can help people not just run, but become mentally stronger. Who's
your competitors?
Well,
who are the people already there in the space that you'd like to be in?
Oh, well, there's Runner, isn't there? Mm-hmm. They're massive. And there's someone else. Cooper, I think.
Right, okay.
Cooper, cool. But Runner's huge.
Yeah.
I don't want to take over Runner because I don't really see anyone as a competition because I just focus on me.
And why do you want to be online so you can help more people?
Help more people and have more freedom. Because I say I'm 30-year-old and obviously I ride bikes with one-to-ones and stuff. There's other running coaches out there who are still riding a bike at 40-year-old, and I don't want to do that. I want a bit more freedom to travel the world and network. Go to Dubai and do a weekend there and talk to people. You can't do that when you're doing one-to-ones because you've got to be there all the time.
Only thing I'd say is, do you feel like, and it can be done, but do you feel like you can give that energy if you're online?
With the vision I have, because I've created an app already, and it's got a mental health section of like why running can help you, and what my vision is to put me onto that app. Like maybe like if you need any support, get in touch. We'll get in touch with you. Do like phone calls and stuff like that. Stuff like that. That's just like a vision. It's not all concrete, but I know where I want to get. Like, and I think when you've got a vision, you don't know sometimes how. You've just got to keep going forward, and it will fall into place when you've won something.
And do you want to build your team even more?
Yeah, massive team. And as I say, like, I want a big team. I'm not going to get rid of me face-to-face coaching because that makes us. My vision is to get a big team of coaches together and just help so many people in the Northeast and down the country.
And do you think by doing that, you'll kind of conquer them demons of being skint? Do you know what I mean? Like, is part of... I understand business is to make money.
Yeah.
But how... Because I remember when... I don't know if I think I've mentioned on the podcast before, but I remember times when I lived in a flat, mate, and I was getting Wonga loans to pay me rent.
Yeah, I was as well when I was paid.
So I've done all that. So I've done all that type of shit.
Yeah.
And I remember, and that's basically after that. That's when I had a break.
Yeah.
We've sort of there's probably definitely similarities across both our stories, mate. But when you were saying about the going into a shop and buying stuff, like I agree fucking 100%. And as you get older, like I've got a little one now and stuff like that, and you don't realise how valuable those skills that you're learning right now are. When you're building a business, are you trying to become a successful man as Joe, or are you running away from being skint?
I think at the minute I'm just trying to be wealthy, so like happy, a lot of money, at peace. I don't really want just loads of money. I want to be good in all areas. If that makes sense. If that answers the question.
And the whole Dubai thing, is that part of your vision board? Do you want to be in Dubai? Or
So Dubai was just an example. I just think, I want to just meet very successful people who are high and better than me at what they do. So I can help build my business. Because as I say, you've always got, don't think too much about the future, but you need to think where you want to be. And that's what I do. I do forward think and think, right, yes, I'm doing really good now, but is this what I want to do in 6 years' time? Like ride a bike when I'm 37 and, still be in the same thing. I just want to keep progressing and getting better and better and better.
are you still in Shields?
Yeah, I'm based in South Shields.
So do you do all your stuff, like your outdoor stuff, in Shields as well?
Well, I do like social run clubs in like Newcastle, Sunderland, but all my coaching's 99% in South Shields.
How does one train to run to Paris?
Build a lot of, for the running side of things, it's just build the mileage up in your legs, that engine, but it's more mental really. It's more mental side.
Because I know, mate, that there's a lot of people who will watch you, and I know quite a few people who've done mad things, mate, and some not as big as what you've done, some even bigger.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who I know that are not in them spaces are like, I want to do a fucking mad challenge.
Aye.
But I feel like a lot of people who say that, their why's not the same as yours. So it's like they just see the clout. Yeah. And that's why I asked you how important social media was, because if you can see a bit of both, of course, why not get the clout for doing something and spread awareness and for a charity like what you're doing. But at the same time, it's important to understand if you're going to start running or doing something, it's got to be something.
You've got to have a why.
Do you feel like people who run, when you mentioned about it was like therapy for them and they kind of talk to you and stuff like that, do you feel like them endorphins, are they actually real? Like, do they actually, I know they're real, but do they make you feel as good as what people think? Like, go for a run, it'll make you feel amazing. Does it?
Yes and no. I think it just depends what you're running that day for. I think sometimes you could be feeling unreal. You could wake up in a good mood, you have your cereal, you're having a good day, then you could go for a run and it could be crap. And that'll ruin your day. Sometimes you can't be bothered and the last thing you want to do is run. And it could be the best run you ever. And that's when endorphins come. I think endorphins is good, but I think what is your purpose behind this run in particular? Are you trying to do a speed session? Are you trying to hit the splits? If you're hitting the splits, yes, you're going to get endorphins. But if you're trying to do a 6 minute mile run, but you can't hit that 6 minute mile, you're going to leave that run probably in a worse mood. Does that make sense?
I get that. So how many...
So that's what I mean. I think I think you just... Again, people too much pressure on the run. I think you just need to go out there and just give it your best and don't have put any pressure, too much pressure on it.
So are you running every day still?
Not at the minute because I'm 2 weeks out. So
right, okay. But typically you'd run most days?
5 days, 6.
And out of say 5-6 days a week running, how many of those days do you not want to do it?
I ran today and I didn't want to do it.
Right, okay.
But then I did and I felt class because I had the right music on and just felt unreal.
That's fucking mad. It's mad that, because it's almost like you're still doing the do even when you didn't want to do it. And
it is. It's
that's
discipline.
The recipe for success.
It's discipline, and again, I've got a lot of people. So I've got probably over 110 active clients. And I was speaking to someone about this. Is like I've got all them watching me, watching what I'm doing. Am I going to just not do it because I can't be bothered? No, I'm going to do it because I need to show them an example. Because I've got a lot of clients who moan about, oh, I'm tired, and I can't say, all right, well, you've got to run. But then when I'm tired, I don't run.
What's your biggest success story? Not you personally, from maybe as a client or something that you've helped someone achieve.
So yeah, I don't really want to say lose weight or anything like that, because I think, yeah, it's really good losing weight, but I'm more about the mental. And I think I've got this client, it's actually, he started in November and he lost his wife a year ago to cancer. And he started in November and he was just a shell of a man. And I look at him today, like I traded him on Tuesday, and he's just alive. He's got so much. And when we talk about that topic, he gets upset. And I'm going to do a video on him, actually. I'm going to do like a surprise him and just tell him how much of an inspiration. That to me is a success story. Because if he didn't start running, what would he have done? You know, we've got these men who just don't open up. He's taught me things what no one knows.
I think that's what I was trying to fish out of you there, because ultimately, mate.
People say, "Oh, I made his client lose weight." It's good for them,
Aye.
but I think it's more of a person. How much are you changing them as a person? Because people lose weight and still unhappy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, mate, and the fact that he's, you know, gone through something like that's a bit worse than having a few pound on your head. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
I think that's where you've got to kind of go, actually, this is some fucking serious work we're doing here. Do you know what I mean? With the rest of your kind of, I know you're saying you want to meet someone and settle down and stuff like that. You've got this vision for a business.
Yeah.
If you could look back, if you could kind of look at where you're at now and go back to them times when you were having them breakdowns through COVID and all that type of stuff, how would you view you now? Because I believe, I know that you're saying you want to go to Dubai and you want to do X, Y, and Z and all these things. You'd have probably killed to be where you are now.
Oh, 100%.
So would you say that you probably would have felt like you've made it now? Like, look at the shit you've achieved.
Aye.
Most people in the area we're from, mate, they haven't done stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So again, I know I said Dubai. I don't try and get stuck onto that. Like, sometimes I need to do sit. Like, I sat on the beach last week and just stared at the sea. I think I was supposed to have a 7 o'clock to 8, but I had someone cancelled, so I had like an hour's break. So I went for a walk. Like, I normally don't do that because I'm always on the bike or running. I just went for a walk and it was lush. And I sat on the beach and I was just like, had this podcast on, and I was just like, how far have I come? It's amazing, man. And people, a secretary who I used to work with stopped us. She must have been going to work, NHS, and she went, "Joe, you're doing amazing." And I think sometimes you forget how amazing you're doing, don't you? You just, because you're 100 miles an hour, you're thinking about like your work, what you got to do next. If you just stop for 5 minutes and think, you know, I was so unhappy 3-4 years ago. I could have only wished to be here. And that makes you stop thinking too much about the future.
I want to ask you, Joe, about, obviously you're active on social media, you're posting all the time, you're documenting your process, which I believe everyone in some way, shape or form should document. Said a million times, mate, that, you know, I've got a daughter and she's got 130 odd episodes to watch. If I was to die today, right now, or something like that, imagine how mint that would be. Do you have videos of your mother for hours and hours and hours?
Yeah.
It'd be fucking unbelievable. So there's a selfish part of me that thinks, fuck the guests, this is for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I know that sounds mad, but I think that's really special to have.
Yeah.
With social media, to you, do you think creating content, being active, constantly posting is something you need to do in order to build a business in fitness?
I think people... So I've learned you don't need to post for the sake of posting. I think you've got to be consistent because people do forget a little bit. But you need to post what you want to post. I can remember I've done the Paris run. And then I started like just posting stuff where I thought, I've got to post. Like I was just not being me. Like I was just like not being my authentic self. But people notice.
Yeah,
you can tell. You can notice. You know, I was trying to copy people's reels and stuff like that. And I was like, I can't be bothered. So I'm just posting stuff. Like, yes, it might not get as much likes, but I know it's valuable. I know people will take away from that and they're actually drawn into it. And for the business side, that was my personal brand, and my business side of things, again, what I've learned is you don't need to post all these massive reels, you just post progress. So now I post someone running for 20 seconds, like a fast song, with a nice song, trance energy, with the progress of like how they started and what they're doing now, and what they're achieving, and people love that. Couldn't run a 5k, and now was running a marathon. Like, people go, well, I want to join.
And it's real, isn't it?
Aye. You don't need to post like daft stuff.
It's almost like you're looking at that thinking, I could maybe achieve that.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
And what I've learned is when you're talking on video as well, like, people like that because it's you. You know, I try not to talk like anyone. I just be me. I talk me.
Do you... I've got 2 questions for you. If you can't use the word running here, right, what does someone do to help themselves who's feeling like what you used to feel like?
Just anything but running. I would say find something what you're passionate about. I think it's just all trial and error. I think people don't realise that they love something until they try it, and that was with me. I didn't know I was going to come this running. I didn't think I was going to get here. I just wanted to do something because I was quite stocky. I used to just went to the gym, had done no cardio, quit football and that. And I just ran I didn't even have any reason for it, but then I found out I loved it. So my advice to someone would be find something what you're passionate about. Just go and trial loads of different things. Try like reading, could be walking on the beach, could be trail running, could be basketball. You'll find something what makes you feel unbelievable. You will find it, but you've got to like just not sit down and you've got to get out and do it.
The final thing I've got to ask is, it's like kind of like a double barrel thing. Mm-hmm. Have you ever spoke to your dad again? And becoming the man that you've became, do you want to tell him? Because you lacked a lot of that when you were young.
No, I know.
Meant.
He left us and made us feel not good enough. Yes, it was for his reason. Had an opportunity to see him again, we threw that away. My mum asks us this all the time. And the reason why I succeed in anything what I do is because I've got the way I am because of me. I've not give up because of me. I didn't want to be here, but I kept going because of me. I got the belief to run, made this all because of me. Like I've started everything and just never give up. And this is why I will run back from Madrid. This is why I ran to Paris. This is why I'll always succeed, because I'm just so passionate about, yes, helping people, but now showing me that I always was capable of anything.
Joe, thank you so much for coming on, mate. I'm sure you'll smash this run, mate. I'll be watching you on social media. I'm not doing the run, but I'll watch you on social media. Thank you for coming on, mate.
Thanks so much, mate.
So if you've enjoyed this conversation and you like things like this, make sure you click up there and watch this episode.